It's a type of health insurance where it focuses more on your inpatient needs or pag na-confine ka. Okay? Unlike po ng HMO, this one po, ang focus lang talaga is confinement. So magagamit mo lang siya talaga pag ikaw ay nasa hospital na-admit ka na po. Gutierrez again from Rampver Financials. Okay, ang pag-uusapan naman natin ngayon ay tungkol sa medical insurance. So, this video is all about that. However, I'll be discussing more about the generic benefits of this product. It's because there are a lot of differences on a per provider basis and on a per product variant basis. But nonetheless, I'll be discussing the general benefits of a medical insurance. So, ano po bang medical insurance? It's a type of health insurance where it focuses more on your inpatient needs or pag na-confine ka. Okay? Unlike po ng HMO, this one po, ang focus lang talaga is confinement. So, magagamit mo lang siya talaga pag ikaw ay nasa hospital na-admit ka na po. So, I'll begin with the issue age. Okay. Anong age po bang pwede mag-apply sa isang medical insurance? Usually po, there's a variant where 0 to 65 years old, kino-cover po, or for that specific variant po. But nonetheless, like what I've mentioned on my previous video, there's a variant where it covers 66 years old up to 100. So yung mga senior citizens po natin, pwede pa rin po makakuha ng medical insurance. And nonetheless, there are two kinds of variant in terms of the benefit, amount of benefit, or the currency na ginagamit. There's a peso and a dollar. So, depende po yan kung ano po yung mas gusto nyo or mas prefer nyo, a peso denominated na product or a dollar denominated medical insurance plan. Now, next would be the maximum benefit limit, or what are the benefit limits of these kinds of plans. There are different kinds of variety. Depende po yan kung anong product ang nakuha mo. As low as 500,000 po, makakakuha ka ng plan na ito. There are 500,000, there would be 750K, 1.5 million in terms of benefit. Even further, I'll go beyond. There are insurance companies that are providing 20 million worth of coverage, 50 million worth of coverage, and 100 million coverage. And usually, ginagawa ko na po ito into peso. Minsan po, naka-dollar denomination po ito. Like $1 million or $2 million. And sometimes it can go higher than that. Again, it really depends on the provider that you have or you will be selecting. Now, and also, of course, about your budget, the higher it is, of course, mas mahal po yung premiums ng produktong yan. In terms of availment, okay, there are two kinds, or there are two ways also on how to avail your benefits for this product. Number one would be reimbursement type. Okay? So paano po ba yung reimbursement type? Papa-confine ka, ikaw muna magbabayad ng lahat, and then you will file for a reimbursement. Now, gaano po ba katagal ang pag-file ng reimbursement, or gaano katagal bago makuha ang iyong pera? Now, depende po yan. But assumption would be, if all the documents are in, nasubmit po lahat ng documents, kompleto po, would be 3 to 4 weeks should be a good amount of time for you to receive your reimbursement. On top of the reimbursement type of benefit, there is a cashless naman. Cashless type of availment, where it's like an HMO, you have your card, and they will just swipe it, they will confirm it if you are an active member or not. And then once na confirm naman, everything will be charged against that card or medical insurance card that you have. Of course, for convenience, mas maganda po yung cashless kasi wala ka nang iisipin. Bibigyan mo na yung card mo, lalabas ka, and then that's it. May pros and cons po yan. So, if medyo tight ang budget mo, then I would suggest you go for the reimbursement type. Ang akin naman, kung wala kang may paluluwal, okay, na pera, kung ayaw mong umutang, then alam mo yung magbayad ka na lang ng konti and then avail the cashless plan. It depends on your situation. We will give that kind of recommendation depending on your situation po. Okay? May binabagayan po kasi lahat yan. Wala pong good or bad. Again, it depends on the client situation. Now, what's next would be the limit type. Nasabi ko kanina, yung 500,000, 750. So, paano ba talaga ina-avail yan? And in terms of availment, there would be an aggregate limit and then a lifetime benefit limit. So, paano po ba yung aggregate limit? Kunyari, meron kang 1.5 million worth na medical insurance. Paano mo ma-avail yun? Pag nagkasakit ka within a year, okay, basta may 1.5 million ka. Okay, for all kinds of illnesses. So, for example, 500,000 gumamit ka because of an accident, and the remaining for the rest of the year or for your policy year would be 1 million na lang. Nagkasakit ulit, dengue, for example, gumamit ka na naman ng 500,000. Okay, ang remaining mo na for the rest of the policy year would be 500,000 na lang. So hanggang maubos mo yon, okay, and then it resets on the next policy year. So, ito yung kagandahan, no? Pag naubos mo, next year, reset ka po ulit. So, maganda po yan. Usually, mas mahal itong kind of product na ito. There's another one, type of limit, which is a lifetime or per illness, per lifetime benefit. So, ibang-iba po ito sa isang HMO where, for example, your 100,000 or 200,000, that's a per illness per year. Okay? Yun po yung difference nun. Per illness, 100,000 per illness per year, and it resets on the next policy year. But for this one, if you have a lifetime limit per illness, so for example, you have a 1.5 million, 1.5 million per illness per lifetime. So ano po ibig sabihin nun? Accident po, no? Dengue. Okay. Dengue, nag-avail ka 200,000 for this year. Now, next year, on the second policy year, hindi na po 1.5 yung limit mo for that illness, for dengue. It would be 1.2 million na lang. So, madideplete yan hanggang, alam mo yun, hanggang mawala ka, no, sa mundong ito, hanggang kunin ka na ni Lord. So, that would be your limit for your entire lifetime. I hope that's clear. So, sa medical insurance, ano po ba usually kino-cover? It's similar to HMO when you are confined. It will take care of your room and board, your miscellaneous fees, doctor and professional fees, even medicines, laboratory, ICU, your surgical expenses, your surgeon, anesthesiologist, and even the operating room are being covered. But please take note that there are certain limits or inner limits na tinatawag depende sa product na meron ka or product na in-avail mo. So please take note on that and review it properly. And again, the higher maximum benefit limit that you have, the higher the coverage or the higher inner limit that you will have for your plan. So please take note on that. Medical insurance focuses more on inpatient benefit. So what about outpatient? Okay, ang outpatient po, again, ito po yung pang-check up ka lang, yung hindi mo naman kailangan pa-confirm, papa-laboratory test ka lang. So how do we go about this, no? Now, some plans does have an optional parang optional type of benefit for outpatient. So it means it would become a rider. So bibili ka ng outpatient benefit mo, tapos ikakabit mo dun sa medical insurance plan mo. For others naman, pag hindi siya attachable rider, some actually provide a post, okay, and a pre-admission outpatient benefit. So for example, normally 90 days yan before ka ma-admit and after ka ma-admit. So for example, papa-check up ka, nagpa-laboratory ka, and then after that, no, within 90 days, na-confine ka. So can that be covered? Yes, through reimbursement, of course. Now, aside from that, before, or I mean, after confinement, pag nagpa-check up ka ulit, and then nagpa-laboratory ka for confirmatory probably or for monitoring purposes, that would be covered as long as it is related to the case, no, why you were admitted. So again, depende po yan. And please don't expect much. It's because, again, it's just a minor benefit. Basically, hindi naman talaga siya yung priority ng medical insurance. But nonetheless, you have that option to include that as your benefit. Okay? And next, on top of the outpatient benefit, of course, there would, for emergencies, that would be covered. And some does offer worldwide emergency benefit where in case of emergency and then you were abroad or you're in abroad, they can cover you. But up to a certain limit pa rin, not all. No? Please take note, it should be about accident lang. It's due to accident only. Now, on top of outpatient benefits, we also have routine checkup benefits under medical insurance. Now, it really depends again on your plan, no? But nonetheless, the most common would be annual physical exam. Again, for APE kasi, it covers your fecalysis, your urinalysis, and regular checkup, your routine checkup, x-ray, and even yung blood count mo, no? Yung CBC na tinatawag. It covers those things. Now, for a higher variant of the medical insurance, it also covers yung executive checkup. So, this is a more comprehensive type of routine checkup. And of course, mas mahal siya, no? And usually, pag kinukuha yan sa labas, 10,000 to 15,000, baka payat pa yan. For the ECU lang yan. On top of the routine checkups, no, there are additional covers and benefits that you can actually enjoy. So, example would be companion allowance. So, if a member gets confined, no, so yung kasama po niya can receive a daily allowance po. So, but please, don't expect na malaki po yan, but nonetheless, it's better than nothing. Now, other would be sports cover. So, if your illness, condition, or your injury is related to your sports or because of a sports injury, pwede pong i-cover yan. Some plans po kasi, some providers don't actually cover that if it's due to sports po. So, sa mga active po natin na mga subscribers dyan, members, or mga future clients, so at least this is a good news for you. Now, my favorite is actually this one. Some plans do offer a free newborn coverage. Okay, sa mga mommy, sa mga parents, no? Or sa mga currently nagdadalang tao ngayon, pwede nyo po itong i-consider. So, paano po ba nag-work ito? Now, if you have this kind of plan, like for example, 750,000 worth of medical insurance, okay? Now, upon delivery, pag nanganak ka na po, okay, automatic po, yung anak mo, may katulad na coverage nung sa'yo. Okay? And libre po ito, ha? Okay, so makakatipid ka po talaga agad-agad. And you know naman, if newborn po, medyo mas vulnerable yan sa viral or bacterial infection or illnesses, so might as well, you might want to consider getting this one. Now, if the coverage of the mom, no, expires, then automatic po, mag-expire po yung sa child. Alright? Now, pwede pong i-renew yan. Pag na-renew po, of course, you'll have to pay na. Kaya hindi na po libre yun. So, but nonetheless, I really love this benefit. It's because malaking tulong po ito sa mga parents. Next would be, yung ibang questions dyan, are pre-existing conditions covered? Okay, good. If ever, it would be a good question. It's because, normally po, hindi po yan kino-cover. Especially on the onset of, or the first policy year of your coverage. Now, how does it work? Normally, yung first year po, yung first policy year mo would be the contestability period na tinatawag natin. So, anything pre-existing shouldn't be covered or it's not coverable. What if acquired siya during the first policy year? Okay, lumabas na. Hypertensive ka pala, may diabetic ka pala, but it's upon application po. Nung nag-apply ka, wala pa, but you've acquired it in between. Now, on the first year, hindi pa din po covered yun. That's a normal thing because of the contestability period. But if it's acquired when you got the plan, then it is covered on the second policy year. So, pero paano ba naman yung mga meron na prior to applying? Madi-deny po ba? For some, yes, but for some companies as well that we know, no, they don't reject clients. Of course, it would be excluded, di ba, on the plan because it's a pre-existing. And On the second policy year, they can actually give you an offer where they will provide you a coverage for that certain illness, but syempre, limited. Yung number one is limited coverage lang. But of course, it's better than nothing. And also, you'll have to pay extra premiums when renewing. So, at least, no, pwede mo pa rin magamit ito for your pre-existing conditions. Na regardless if it's limited or not, it's still better than nothing po. So, some questions would be, congenital condition, okay. Sa lower variant po ng mga plans natin, and normally po, hindi po ito kino-cover. Okay, bakit? Kasi ano bang congenital conditions? Ito po yung inborn disease or illnesses na meron tayo. Okay? So, but for some plans, if you're an active policyholder for the past 5 years, there can be some sort of coverage for your congenital condition. So, it's something that you can consider and you may look into that as well. Now, I hope that is clear. And isa sa mga narinig ko lagi, HMO man yan or medical insurance, maternity, covered po ba? Basically, hindi po. But there are plans or higher variant plans that covers for this one. Meron mga conditions lang, but it can be covered for a certain plan. Bakit po ba hindi siya kino-cover? It's not an illness, okay? It's not an accident as well, so it's not. It doesn't fall within that category. When you ask for your personal quotations, there can be low premiums and sometimes kahit you think na it's off the budget, then we can do something about it as well in a way na we can have discount options para lang mapababa yung premiums mo. Like number one would be co-payment. Some companies actually provide this one where 80% will be covered by the institution, the insurance company, and then 20% will be shouldered by you. Normally po, pag may co-payment po, mas bumababa po yung premiums natin. Okay? Now, another option for you to lower down your premiums would be group discount po. Now, iba-iba po ang definition ng group discount per insurance company and yung requirement na number of members or enrolled members. So, iba-iba po yan. The last discount option that I'll be discussing would be deductible po. So, how does this apply? Okay. For example, you have a 1.5 or sabihin natin 500,000 na worth ng coverage, okay? Ang first 100,000 na expenses, ako mag-shoulder as a member. And then the rest, after nun, ikaw na, insurance company. So, pwede po yun. Pwedeng 100,000, yung iba, 200,000. Depende po sa provider yan. But once you do that, no, if there would be a deductible, yung first loss, ikaw muna, usually po talaga bumababa ng dihamak yung premiums mo. A gist would be, if you have an HMO, like for example, 100,000 to 200,000, pwede mo kasing pag-combine eh. HMO muna, okay, 100,000 gagamitin ko. And then, at least yun, basically, ikaw na nag-cover for yourself. Now, anything on top of that would be the medical insurance na. So, you can apply that deductible in that concept. And it would reduce your premiums. Again, HMO and medical insurance are not enemies, no? They're actually, you can actually combine them and make a better, or you can enhance your benefits through these two products. For now, that's all for medical insurance. I hope I was able to discuss even the most generic details about it. If you want to know more, of course, just inquire. You may email us, you may leave a message through this YouTube video or also with our Facebook account. And of course, email us. We will give you a call. We can give you an email as well. We can respond to the email and give you the unique quotation that you'd like to receive. So again, I hope this video was able to help you, at least to give more options for you and your family. And again, I hope please share these things to your friends and family. Please help us educate more na may magagawa talaga tayo to protect ourselves. Not only during these times, but also in the future. So again, thank you so much. This is Jason Gutierrez again, signing off.